Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get this filmed real quick because your girl got a meeting in 29 minutes. Hey guys, it's Dom and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna go ahead and close out my July 2020 budget. We're gonna see how we did this month, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So this video is gonna be kind of the same format as my August setup video, where I have already written down all my numbers. I'm gonna put them on the screen. Let me scoot over just a teensy bit. I'm gonna put it up on the screen and then we're gonna just walk through it together. So if you guys see me looking down, that's because I am looking at the budget in my book. So for the month of July, July was a 3 paycheck month for me. So I did really good, income wise. I didn't put in my budgeted income because when I started this budget, I was kind of weird about actually sharing my salary. But honestly, I think transparency is so key when it comes to finances and budgeting. And I just feel like the more transparent you are, the better people can learn, how to actually budget their money. I feel like money is so hush hush these days, salaries and all that kind of stuff. And that's probably why they just don't have that transparency to understand how to become financially literate. So, it's just money. So I'm just gonna share my numbers. So for this month, I brought in $8,130.62. I can't believe I actually said that right. I feel like I always stumble over my numbers, but yeah. So, and again, that was with me having 3 paychecks, not my regular 2. And this is the money after taxes. So this is with my 401k contributions taken out. This is with my dental, vision, life insurance, and medical, right? So next, let's go into expenses. So for this month, and I went over a lot of these expenses because most of these had been taken out when I did my July mid-month check-in, so you guys can check that out if you guys want to. I'll link it somewhere, but we're just gonna go through it all over again. So what I actually spent for rent this month was $1438.83, and I originally budgeted for $1465. I budget for $1465 because my base rent is $1365, and then I budget $100 for all the extras that they charge. So I get charged trash, water, and a pest fee. The pest fee and trash is always the same, but water fluctuates, so that's why my rent can come out to be different numbers sometimes. So I was under on that. That was good. Electricity, I was over for about $10. Electricity, this bill was from my usage in June, and I've mentioned before that in other budgeting videos that my boyfriend stayed with me the month of June, and he is not used to the Austin heat, and so I definitely wanted to make things comfortable for him, so we kept the AC on quite a bit. Internet, I came in a little bit low this month. It's usually $63.08. I don't know why it wasn't $63.08 this month, but I only got charged $60.32, so that's pretty cool. My washer and dryer was the same amount. For those of you who don't know, the apartment that I stay in, they do not come with a washer and dryer, so you either have to buy them or you need to rent them, and I opted to rent them. And that amount is $42.21. It doesn't change ever. Auto and property, I believe I got this number. I got the bill before I even wrote my July budget out, so I already knew what it was gonna be for the month of July, and it was, yeah, $89.77. Netflix never changes. It was $14.06, and that's how much I got charged. Smule, which is an app that I subscribe to, and that never changes. It's $21.64. Although I mentioned in the past video that one of these months I'm probably gonna go ahead and just pay for the annual fee, or the annual subscription, which is $99.99. Because I fully expect to subscribe to it for another year. I've been subscribed to this app for 3 or 4 years now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, so I might as well just go ahead and pay for the you know, $100 a year rather than me paying $21 every month, which that would be more expensive. Apple storage, I get charged 99 cents every month for that. Okay, now we're kind of getting into like variable expenses. I didn't have these up in my mid-month check-in because the month wasn't over yet. So for groceries, I came in a little bit low, which I was really happy about. I think it's only like $8 lower, but I'm pretty happy about that. The last time I went grocery shopping was last Friday, which I think was the 24th. And I only spent like $36. And I feel like it was really easy for me to stay under this month because last month, the month that my boyfriend was here for, I feel like I overspent on groceries a ton because I kind of didn't like expect or didn't anticipate that we would be sharing each other's groceries. So I got enough for just like straight up me. And didn't realize that he'd be eating some too. And I ate some of his groceries because he bought groceries too. But I feel like I ended up overspending and I got like a bunch of stuff that I didn't actually end up consuming that month. So I say all that to say I had a bunch of meat left over. Like I have a lot of frozen meat in my refrigerator. So a lot of times that I found myself going to the grocery store this month, I wasn't buying meat, and meat can be, you know, kind of expensive. So like the last time I went grocery shopping, I only spent like $36, and that was pretty much all on like vegetables and like snacks and stuff. So yeah, happy about that. Hopefully we can keep that going into this month. For my household, I only spent $44.44 out of my $50 budget. Soja, I only used like a little bit less than half of his fund, and that's because right before my boyfriend came, so this was like the end of May, I ended up buying him a 32-pound bag of groceries, which I usually don't buy him that big of a bag, but they were out of the normal like 22 or 20-pound bag that I usually get him. So that has lasted like the entire month. Like it's crazy. It's lasted like 2 months because I haven't bought him dog food since then. And that was like the end of May. It hadn't even been June yet. And he actually right now, currently, he still has like a little bit left. So I'm not even expecting to need to get him dog food until maybe next week, like mid-August or something like that. So yeah, that was cool. Gas, I didn't spend anything in gas last month, or this month. It's technically still July. I'm filming this on July 31st. So yeah, I didn't get him any, I didn't get my car any gas this month. I might possibly fill up in August, but I'm not sure. My allowance, I went over in this a lot, and if I look through, so this is right here is my like transaction log where I log all my stuff. Pretty sure, yeah, every single transaction that was made, and I have this color coded, every single transaction that was made under my allowance was eating out. Sushi to be exact. That like whenever I go and eat out, it's always sushi. Like I refuse to like spend money on if I'm doing takeout, it just always has to be sushi because I just love sushi. But yeah, that's crazy. And if you guys have seen my August budget setup video, which I'll link in the video, you'll know that I'm doing this challenge where I'm not spending any money for the month of August. So spending any money on takeout. I'm giving up takeout. So I'm fully expecting to like hopefully have the majority of my allowance not used for the month of August, because all I ever use that for is takeout. So I kind of need to go cold turkey on that. Okay, so for personal, I came in a little bit under with $46.81, so that's pretty good. And personal is just stuff like medications. Like I know I had to get some NyQuil this month, and I had to get some Neosporin. I need to get some, what's it called? It's that stuff you put on your skin and it kind of burns a little bit. I'm spacing, but I had to get some of that. And yeah, those are just some of the personal stuff that I bought. Unbudgeted, I was really over on this, but I actually don't feel too terrible about being so much over because basically every expense that was in the unbudgeted category was something that I really needed to take care of. So let me pull out my transaction log, and I won't go through like every transaction, but so for the month of July, I actually started therapy, and I was not anticipating starting to do therapy when I created this budget, my July budget. So I didn't have that, you know, as a line item. So every copay that I had to pay for that just went under my unbudgeted category. And I've learned from that. Next month for August, if you guys go and see that video of the setup, I do have a line item for therapy. So that is accounted for my budget going forward. Soja had a vet visit earlier in the month, and that was $82.66. Let's see what else. Oh, I made a purchase in like mid-July. I think I hit my 200 subscriber like milestone, and to celebrate, I went on Fiverr and paid to have an intro made. And so that's the lovely intro that you guys see at the beginning of my video. That was $40. And then I also, let's see, I upgraded my TubeBuddy account from the free version to the $19 version. So that was $19, and that is going to be accounted for in my budgets going forward under my subscriptions. And then I had a random ass collection that I had to pay. I didn't even know that it wasn't in collection, so it's not on my credit report or anything. They were calling me to let me know that it was about to go on my credit report, which I was shocked about because I don't remember ever getting any correspondence over this fee or this thing that I owed. But it was only $45, so I just went ahead and did it. So that was a lot of the unbudgeted expenses that I had for the month of July. And let's see, buffer, yeah, I've just like kind of blocked that out because it's not like I spend the buffer. Like that buffer is just supposed to like stay in my account and kind of be my first line of defense if I go over on any of these categories. So altogether, I spent $2,461.68. And yeah, so what is that? Maybe like looks like maybe like $130 or something like that, 100 and something dollars more. Yeah, I'm not too upset about that, seeing that a lot of me going over had to do with stuff that just kind of needed to be taken care of. There's definitely some things I could have like reined back on, like with the whole allowance thing, but I think majority of my unbudgeted expenses like needed to happen. And yeah, so let's get into my savings for the month. This is like the most exciting part I'm super happy about. So if you'll notice, so for both of my savings goals, which was my 2019 Roth IRA and then my emergency fund, I actually came in under on both of those. For my Roth IRA, I actually could not contribute anymore. I ended up maxing it out this month, which I'm really happy about, but I couldn't contribute more than $2,375 because the max is $6,000 for this year. And so I guess based on how much I've already contributed, this was the only amount that they would allow me to contribute to that. So I have that taken care of. I'm super happy. I was able to max that out before the tax deadline on July 15th. I basically paid that amount, the $23.75, out of my first paycheck of July. So yeah, basically that entire paycheck, well, not the entire paycheck, but that paycheck was dedicated almost entirely to putting towards my Roth IRA. So that was awesome. And then the second paycheck of the month is where I took care of my emergency fund. And I didn't take care of all of my emergency fund. So the way that my paychecks are set up, every paycheck that I get, 10% goes towards, or 10% of the take-home pay goes towards my Ally savings account, which is where my emergency fund is, and then the other 90% goes into my checking account for me to do whatever I need to do. So all three paychecks, so for every paycheck that I got this month, 10% already just like went into my emergency fund automatically. And then for my second paycheck of the month, I don't know if this is like really confusing, but for my second paycheck of the month, I manually transferred over that entire paycheck into my savings account. So I ended up putting $32.53.31 into my emergency fund this month. So that was a total savings of $5,628.31. So yeah, I am very, very happy about that. I'm so happy to have gotten my not my emergency fund, but my Roth IRA taken care of, so I don't have to worry about that. I will need to start contributing to the 2020 Roth IRA, but I'm not planning on doing that until the start of next year. So for the rest of the year, my number one saving goal and priority will be contributing to my emergency fund, which I am projecting I should be finished around November, but more realistically, it'll probably be December, because I'm already anticipating November for like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. There are some electronics that I need to get. Like I need to get a new computer, and I'm probably gonna get a new camera. I can talk about that later, because I know I've mentioned in my video how much I love this camera and how I was so happy to get it, but I'm kind of realizing that the quality is like really good. I really do like this camera and I would recommend it, but I realize it's just not flexible enough for me, because it has a built-in lens, and I really want a camera that has an interchangeable lens, because I want to get different shots, different focal lengths and stuff like that. Also, I used to do photography when I was in college, and I really want to pick back up with photography. I want to start taking lessons. I'm starting to really try to invest in like my hobbies and like things that I really like. I feel like quarantine has really made me realize that I need to, you know, put energy into things that make me happy and hobbies and stuff like that. So I do want to get back into photography, and I just don't want to do that with a point and shoot camera like this. I want to have like an interchangeable lens and stuff. So anyways, for November, I foresee myself having a lot of spend on some electronics, and I'm gonna do it in November because the prices will be cheaper. So that spend will probably push my emergency fund to be done in December. So yeah, I'm excited to continue down this path and get everything, get all my goals taken care of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just leave them down below and I will definitely respond back to you guys. And yeah, if you guys liked it, please like this video and consider subscribing if you like this type of content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.